Attending school can seem like a winding obstacle course that has its ups and downs when trying to reach that finish line towards graduation. Here with resources to help guide students through their path of education is CalHOPE Schools, who has launched a new initiative to do so. Joining us with more details is Justine Fisher, the Community Director for the CalHOPE Schools Initiative Partnership. Justine, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Happy to have you on. So tell us, what is the CalHOPE Schools Initiative and why was it created?
So the CalHOPE Schools Initiative was created for schools to have free resources to help students and educators and staff support their mental health and well-being. And so it is a opportunity for schools to gather resources and films, curriculum, and other materials to support their educational community.
Talk about the concern with mental health and well-being in schools. What are we seeing post-pandemic?
You know, it's been very difficult for a lot of youth and children, a lot of educators as well. It was such a change and such a difference, um, being on Zoom, being isolated, not getting kind of that social interaction that you get in school. And kids are still really kind of, I want to say, meeting those challenges as our schools, where kids are still kind of feeling maybe not so prepped and ready to go, or uncomfortable, or scared, frightened, all those things that come with, having been through a trauma or a crisis, especially like a group global crisis that has affected every part of your life.
Yeah, it's impacted so many students. And with this initiative, there's no cost and no catch for California public schools. Does that mean that the resources are freely available for use and who can access them?
Yes, free, which is a great thing because we know that our schools need as much great resources as they can get. So any public school, public educator, any youth, any parent can access the resources. There's the A Trusted Space, which is a film that talks about creating spaces that are safe, community spaces for students. There's Angst, which talks about anxiety, the kind of anxiety that's beyond just the good kind about, hey, I'm nervous about a test or going, to play music in front of people, but the really like paralyzing anxiety. And Stories of Hope, which are students, youth telling their stories of how they've met the challenges, how they've overcome them, how they found resilience. All of these materials are free and available to schools. They all have um, resources and materials based for teachers or parents to use with them or for staff. And everything is 100% free.
Wow. So how can people access the resources and can they share them with their school?
Yeah, super easy. You just go to calhopeschools.org and you register. That gives you a code, and you're able to come back and visit and reuse them, and reuse them and share them with your school, share them with your parent community, share them with your educators and your staff. And when we say staff, we mean everybody. We mean everybody from the bus driver to the superintendent. These materials are resources for everybody in the educational system.
What type of support is there for utilizing the resources? We were looking at some of the footage and we saw there's a lot of people involved and see how important this is. We even saw Michael Phelps in one of the footage talking to one of the students. So tell us about that.
So Michael Phelps is in Angst, which is a movie about anxiety, and he talks about mental health and mental well-being. Within all of the films that and the resources that are available, there are experts. There are also people who have met challenges or have been through really difficult spaces. Um, and and with that, there's also just regular voices. So I'm going to say in A Trusted Space, there are Pedro Noguera and Dr. Linda Darling Hammond, and there are folks who have just teachers, regular teachers on the ground. And in Angst, Michael Phelps is in that role of talking about his own experiences. And again, in Stories of Hope, there's a teacher that leads the resources after the students have, or the youth have kind of talked about how they overcame the dark places they've been in.
Wow, well, all very helpful resources that are needed. And I understand that there's also these resources are available in Spanish too. Justine, thank you for joining us. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. Visit calhopeschools.org. Stick around, we're continuing the